I was little, I was Snow White with my siblings. We sit together, wide eyes, and completely lost in the magic. The song felt like they belonged to us, the characters seemed larger than life, and for a moment, nothing else matters. 10 years later, I feel the same wonder, but this time through Disney live action Snow White. So, let me share 3 reasons why this version truly stands out. First, let's talk about the singing. Rachel Ziegler's voice is powerful, emotional, and full of character. But, more than that, her vocals stand out the most that make you stop and say, wow. She doesn't just sing the song, she makes you feel them, the joy, the hope, and even the sadness behind the music. Her performance carried the heart of music tradition, proving that music is still the sound of its storytelling. One of the most memorable moments is when the dwarf starts singing with Snow White while cleaning the house. The scene doesn't just entertain, it brings back the classic Disney vibe where we all grew up with. Yet, this time it feels fresh and alive for today's audience. Second, the advanced computer-generated imagery, or also known as CGI, that they use is very interesting. It's not just impressive image. It is detail that make the enchanted forest, evil queen magic, and creatures move with such realism that make you almost forget that they are not real. It's artistry that make the fairy tale believable, connecting the old generation who loved the original to the new generation that just discovering Snow White for the first time. Last but not least, the message of the film. This Snow White is not just a princess waiting to be rescued. She is brave, kind, and determined to shape her own destiny. It really shows her kindness, and indirectly it teaches the young viewers to be kind to others. So, in the end, Snow White is more than just another remake. The singing brings back the heart of Disney. The CGI show how advanced and believable the world can be, and the message reminds us of the power of kindness and courage. Together, these elements make the film not only entertaining but also meaningful. It connects generations, inspires audience, and proves that fairy tales can still carry magic into this world. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Well, not the live-action Snow White movie. So today, I would like to persuade you why you should not watch the movie because it can cause more harm than you think. I'll tell you why. One of the reasons why you should not spare your time to watch this movie is because of the terrible casting. There are so many actresses to choose from who can fit the exact standard for the classic Snow White. No hates to the actress. She has a powerful vocal performance. But don't you think it would be nicer if Snow White is actually pale and feminine princess? Just think about it. It is not about racism. Sometimes we have high expectation because we grew up with it. Moving on to the next point on why this movie is very unsuccessful is because of the rushing pace. For instance, the ending. Even on a scene on how the evil queen actually defeated was not even properly done in the movie. We all knew the scene exists in the animated version, but somehow they removed the scene to make it more kids-friendly movie. Some may think it does not affect anything, but as someone who grew up with Disney, it feels very downgrading. Last but not least, this movie unrewatchable is because of the messy plot. When you try so hard to insert unnecessary plot in a movie, the pacing can be unstructured and overall movie will be too overwhelming to watch. Am I right? We were expecting something more straightforward and simple because that is how the original plot's supposed to be. Somehow, this movie has so many complex plots, leading to Snow White suddenly becoming a fighter, makes everything felt out of topic.
So, in conclusion, this Disney film was not harmless nor causing any racism issues. In the end, it is not just about who's suitable enough to become the Snow White, but it is about how are you going to carry that fictional character to life. That is all for my speech. Thank you for listening.